Hmm. I wonder why the screen is black. Hmm. I never would have guessed that Kana would be here. Hmm. This feels stereotypical. Why do I have this odd feel, this odd sense of deja vu right now? Yeah, I wonder. Look, at least last time, well, no, last time had a full CG. This time it's chibi. This feels very reminiscent to a certain scenario that I'd recently gotten into with my childhood friend. Right, I'm equipped. I know how to handle these sorts of situations. Don't panic. Causing a fuss only makes things worse. Hey there, Kana. How's it going? You, maybe you should have closed the door first. Not while you're inside. You know, step outside first. I give a casual wave. Pretty cute underwear you've got on there. I know, right? Shinku, oh my god, you get me. You get it. Shinku heaves a heavy sigh. Look, man, amnesia isn't a good enough excuse for this. Oh, what? Where the fuck did that rubber duck come from? Why does it sound like wood? Some yellow object comes flying at me and directly strikes me in the face. Only then do I realize that it's a rubber duck. For some reason, the rubber duck has thick eyebrows drawn on it in black marker. What is this? Please, someone help me understand. The exceedingly smug face seems to be shouting at me divine punishment. What? Anna begins to throw the entire legion of ducks at me, one after another, her face a deep red. They're all the same. They all have the same expression. But wait, stop. I didn't walk in here to peep on you. Where did you even get all of these ducks? The shouts and screams echoed throughout the halls, and the residents come rushing over all at once. Oh god. Don't worry about it. Nothing is happening. I am not a pervert. It's just a misunderstanding. You get it, right? Okay, well, you're not gonna help the situation. And you're gonna make it even worse. Please. Don't. No, I promise. It's not what it... Mikasa cocks her head to the side. No, of course not. There's a wise saying we have in this world of ours. Accidents happen. Shit. Just don't continue. Don't stop talking, Kyo. What? Listen, Kyo, I've already done that, alright? And the person who he accidentally walked in on is not here right now. Unless she shows up right now. Or right now. No man. Picasso stares at me with confusion. No. Whatever you're thinking, you're wrong. My intentions were not impure. And I really didn't expect her to, of all people, to react in such an embarrassed way to something like this. Oh, she changed quickly. She changed fast. He slams the changing room door shut. Kana, it was an accident. Let me defend myself. Come on, please. I bang on the door. Jesus Christ. Yuma, a bit too loud. Why am I so desperate? Uh-oh.
あんたね、反省するということを知らないの？もしくは学習するってことを。
No. He does not. No, he does not learn his lessons. Mio is fuming. Right now. Oh, hello, Mio. I didn't see you there. What are you talking about?
私の着替え中にも同じように侵入してきたこと、まさか忘れたとは言わせないわよ。
He forgot. He forgot. He didn't want to write it in his diary. No, I remember that. But it's just, I've never seen Tsukasa look at anything with such disappointment.
私、信じています。お兄さんのこと。
She puts her hands together.
お兄さんはおっぱいの神様です。だからきっと私などには理解できない崇高な理由があるのですよね。そうですよね。お兄さんはやっぱりすごい人なのです。
Oh, my poor pure child. That is, his reason is that he didn't expect that someone would be there. That's it. I just feel extremely dejected right now. Listen, to be fair, Yuma didn't say sorry to Mio either. I, Minami Kana, muttered to myself in distress. I'm back in my room, my body still flushed from my bath.
どうしよう。なんだか私、ちょっと変だよ。
The events of the night prior replay on loop inside my head. If you died, I'd be devastated, he'd said. I'll stay by your side. My face is burning hot. I curiously press my hands against my cheeks. They're hot. Very, very hot. It feels like my hands are going to be cooked. What a silly thought. Something truly is wrong with me.
どうしよう。おかしいよ。変だよ私。あの人の顔がまともに見れないよ。
I was so elated last night when he'd made that promise to me. It was like his words had sent a wave of warmth through my heart. He'll be there for me. He'll keep his promise with me.
嬉しい。ありがとう、魔法使いさん。大好き。大好きなんだよ。
I do, but I've been feeling funny ever since I woke up this morning. I'm unable to even look at his face. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand my own self. I don't understand my own feelings. When I close my eyes, I see his face. This is what always happens. Upon doing so, I feel empowered to live and be strong. It's as though he's lit a flame inside my heart that grants me that courage. But now, when I think of him, my heart begins to thump and thump.
なんだか息ができなくなるの。
I slump down. then lay my head on my desk. I sigh.
私どうしちゃったんだろう。あの人のことを思うのはもうずっと習慣みたいになってたはずなのに。
Now I can't think of him in the same way that I used to. Just hearing his voice or thinking of his face makes my face turn embarrassingly red. And I can't bring myself to look at his eyes when he smiles so sweetly at me.
今日の私絶対変だったよね。おかしな子に思われたかな。
Yeah. He thinks you're acting so weird that he thinks you hate him. But when I think of that word weird, I realize that I've never quite been acting normal in any sense of the word.
私はあの人にまた出会えたことがとても嬉しくて、だから夢中になってあの人に振り向いてもらおうと頑張ったけど。
In hindsight, I realize that I may have been a bit overbearing in my approach, calling myself his wife, calling him my husband, sleeping in his bed.
そのパンツをあげるとか。
Somehow, I managed to do those things without feeling a hint of shame. When I think about them now, I'm overcome with an intense embarrassment. My face gets hotter and hotter. I slam my head on the table before me.
痛い。
Tears begin to well in my eyes. What on earth am I doing? This is beyond strange. I sigh again. Now that I think about it, I've been feeling an awful lot. I've been sighing an awful lot today.
好き。大好き。人を好きになるということ。
I place my hands on my chest and whisper those words to confirm my own feelings. I feel a stinging in my chest. That is the answer I need.
ユーマさん。私を守ってくれる魔法使いさん。私のために泣いてくれていた。お願いだから死なないでって。
And offered me a new promise to always be there for me. Just recalling it is enough. Enough to move me to tears. I'm allowed to be alive. And when I realize that, my heart, my head, every part of me begins to tremble. No, I can't cry. I mustn't. Using my hands, I wipe away my tears. In any case, I was just so happy that he accepted all of my weaknesses. It makes me feel really restless. What? Not the dark. My face still slumped down on the desk. I start to prod at the toy duck that's fallen over on the table. Happy, I'm in love, and I feel a little lonely. Yet I also feel terribly gloomy. What is this chaotic maelstrom of feelings? But it's so strange. When I think of him, I feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Sure, I must look like a lunatic right now, banging my head against my desk, squirming around, and then grinning to myself like a fool. I slowly close my eyes. Might be best for me to just go to sleep. I know that my time left is limited, but still, for now at least, I just want to indulge in this jumbled mess of happiness a little longer. I don't like the sound of that. Earlier, I accidentally ended up walking in on Kana while she was changing, and was then swiftly crucified by the others, as you should have, yes? And because of that, they confined me to the manager's office for the rest of the night. I'm talking about cruel punishment. For a bit of a recap of the aftermath of the incident itself, Mio immediately suggested the aforementioned punishment. At first, I thought she was joking, but she wasn't, and thus I found myself holed up in the manager's office until present time, lunchtime the next day. Well, you know, maybe if you apologized, then it wouldn't have happened. Suzu, for her part, thought the idea was a real hoot, so she actively helped by securing the office door with a piece of rope or something. No matter how hard I pushed or pulled, it wasn't possible for me to open the door from inside. Well, clearly you didn't try hard enough. Look, if the rope wasn't gonna give out, the door frame would have. The door frame would have. She just kicked it hard enough, and for a long enough period of time. Eventually, realizing that yelling out in protest any further was meaningless, I slept away the rest of the night. Didn't Mio literally tell me a few days ago that you shouldn't get upset at people for accidents? Well, I guess actions speak louder than words. Well, if you apologized to Mio, to Kana, she would have been more lenient with your punishment.
ミオにはユーマがわざとやっているようにしか思えなかったんだろう。自分も被害に遭ってるし。
Yeah, you also didn't apologize to her too, so, you know, one of my victims. Come on. It's a bit saddening to be accused of something like that by Shinku. So I guess she doesn't even have an inkling of trust in me, huh? Man, that hurts. She probably hates my guts. Yeah, you said that last time. I head toward the dining room, muttering a complaint under my breath. Having been denied both breakfast and lunch today, I'm positively famished. Just say you're hungry, bro. Don't act sophisticated. With any luck, I'll be able to find some leftovers that I can eat. With that in mind, I continue walking absent-mindedly down the hall. Huh? Kana's here. Face is planted on the table, and she appears to be asleep. What's she doing sleeping here? I don't know, probably waiting for you. I keep my voice at a hush. I don't want to rouse her. Bruise. My worry is that if she sees me, she'll immediately bolt off or start banging her head against the table repeatedly. And needless to say, I don't want either of those happening. On the table in front of her lies a single plate of food. Hey, what do you make of this?
どういう風にって?
Well, it's already 2 p.m., way past lunch. Everyone else has to have eaten by now. So do you think I should go ahead and assume that the plate sitting there is for me?
ああ、なるほど。そういうことか。
You should definitely assume that it is for you. Because I say so. And I know more than Yuma, so, yeah. My mind then takes it a step further. And I wonder if maybe Kana fixed it for me. Well, you know, remember the last time she did that? Yeah. Although that dish looks a bit beyond Kana's culinary capabilities, it certainly couldn't have been simple to make.
きっと頑張ったんだよ、この子は。たくさん頑張ったんだ。
Yeah, she wanted to make your lunch so good that she passed out after, not while. She passed out while doing it and burnt down the kitchen. Hmm.
一晩以上何も食べずに空腹なユーマのためにってね。ユーマが部屋から出てくるのをここでこうして待っていたんじゃないか？
I mean, look. Okay, no, yes. Here's the thing, right? I initially thought that it would have been better for Kana to just go to Yuma's room and wait for him outside of the room, right, with the food, so that they could eat it there. But then there's also the fact that Kana gets flustered now when she thinks of Yuma, so I don't think she would be proactive I don't think she would actively go to Yuma's room, aka the manager's office, and wait outside the door. Really? You think she was? Then again, I'd feel bad eating it without being absolutely sure, so I decided to wake Kana up first. Hey, Kana, wake up. I try rousing her, but she continues sleeping like a log. I'm a bit hesitant to touch her. After all, when I touched her shoulder yesterday, she was so astonished that she ran away. What should I do? Maybe I should try thinking of a different way to wake her. Yeah, touch her. Yeah, by tapping her on the shoulder. Oh, well, never mind. You didn't need to do that. Not a moment after that thought crosses my mind, Kana's eyes open and begin to flicker. Morning. I stiffen. There's nowhere to run now. The smile I'm putting up no doubt looks very forced to her. You awake now? She's still a bit eepy. She's only just woken up, after all. She's probably still drowsy. For a while, she simply stares at me blankly. Her face gradually starts to turn red as her eyes widen. Wish. She turns her back to me in a fluster. Yeah, this is why I'm saying she wouldn't go to Yuma's room now, but if this happened like before she tried to kill herself, she definitely would have. She also would have been less flustered by Yuma walking in on her changing, so yeah, I guess she's still avoiding me, though she hasn't run away just yet, so that's something, I suppose. But it still deeply saddens me. She rubs her face with both hands. What is she doing? What is she doing? This really is starting to look like some sort of ritual. Kana, look, I realized that I never actually apologized properly, so I'm sorry about yesterday. There you go, it took you long enough. I'm sorry. I really hadn't expected you to be in there. I'll be more careful in the future. This was an insensitive mistake on my part. There are a lot of girls in the dorm, so I really should be more prudent. I need to learn to knock, for example. Yeah, maybe you definitely should have learned that after Mio. But anyway, Kana, is it okay if I eat the food? Eat this food? Eat this food? She nods, throwing her head vigorously up and down. Okay. And I wanted to ask one more thing. Did you make this for me by chance? She nods again, still with her back turned to me. Oh, okay. Thanks. This makes me really happy and a little relieved. She throws a reluctant glance back at me.
安心ですか?
Well, I feel like you've been completely avoiding me since yesterday, because she has been. I know that you were essentially just forcing yourself to pretend you were in love with me after all, thanks to the nature of our promise. As I speak, I begin to wonder whether or not my theory will prove to be false. If Kana confirms it to be true, then I'll have no choice but to accept that for what it is. If he denies it, however, then nothing I'm about to say will make sense. Last night, well, 2 nights ago now, but either way, on that night I said or did something that greatly hurt your feelings, which made you hate me enough so that you no longer felt able to play along with that character of trying to fall in love with me. Yes, she definitely hates you. That's why she made food for you. That's why she is flustered when she sees you, because she hates you. That's definitely why she runs away. Excuse me? Bro. He's lucky he's the protagonist, because he would have been a sexless, he would have been a virgin his entire life at this rate.
演技?
I didn't read the rest of it. That's your rate of trying to fall in love with her. No, I did. Well, if somebody you hate tells you they want to be there for you, you wouldn't want that, right? It'd just be an annoyance. Yeah, but Yuma, how about you think for a second and wonder why she would hate you for what you did back then? What, you tried to save her life? Is that why she hates you? Sure, I guess maybe if she was the guy from The Incredibles who sued fucking Mr. Incredible at the start of the movie.
違う、それは違う。
Listen, Kana, Yuma is an idiot, alright? Even more idiotic than most protagonists, alright? He doesn't know the first thing about women, except that he isn't one. So, that's why you've been avoiding me, right? That's the conclusion I came to anyway. Yeah, it's the dumbest fucking conclusion you could come up with. I really appreciate that you made lunch for me, in spite of that. Yes. Maybe you should have realized that because she made lunch for you, then she doesn't hate you. You know?
だから、そんなんじゃ。
You don't what? Bro didn't even let her finish her sentence.
はい、そんなんじゃありまちゅ。
She bites her tongue, falling into silence. She then clasps her hands over her mouth in agony. Gee, you're just hurting yourself left and right. I place my hand atop Kana's head and activate Shinku's magic to rid her of the pain.
ありがとうございます。
Why is there a question mark? I then proceed to clutch both sides of her head. What?
ヒューマさん。
Look at me. Excuse me? I tightened my grip. Bro. What is wrong with Yuma? Jesus Christ. She resists with all her might. Maybe it's because you're fucking crushing her head. What do you mean? I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to clear a few things up. Maybe you should stop. You should start by not pressing. Maybe you should stop squeezing her head. You're free to hate me if you wish, Kana. Well, I mean, I certainly want you to like me. But if you just set the record straight for me, then I can stop fretting over whether or not I did something wrong and just accept the blame. Maybe you should let her speak before you jump to any conclusions. You know, like a normal person. And if you can still find it in you somewhere deep down to accept an apology out of me, then I'm ready to offer you one. We need to have a conversation to sort these things out, and I'm sure you know that. But Kana, you can't do this properly if you've got your back turned to me for the entirety of it. What? The only thing you need her to say is she doesn't hate you. You don't need to go any further than that. So maybe you should stop squeezing her head. Why are you being so stubborn? Are you that averse to talking to me? Did you forget that she was trying to talk to you before she bit her tongue? What do you mean? Bro, what is wrong with Yuma? Jesus Christ. Every word out of his mouth is making me hate him more and more. So why won't you look me in the eyes? And can you showcase that for me right now? He turns toward me, shaking free of my hands in the process. Hey, your eyes are closed. Yeah, clearly her eyes are closed because she hates you so much, Yuma, that she can't stand to look at you. What am I thinking about right now? You're thinking about how much Kana hates you. Isn't clairvoyance a psychic power that lets you read people's minds? Not entirely sure if that's accurate, though. That doesn't matter, I suppose. He begins to squirm. Yeah? No, he's thinking about how much he hates you. I mean, how much you hate him. Other way around. The face lights up and turns bright red in a twinkling. Then begins to rub it feverishly with both hands. What even is she doing? Is she so averse to the idea that it causes her to have some sort of bizarre allergic reaction around her cheek area called blushing? You know, like the normal reaction someone would have if they love someone. Well, normal in anime sense. Kana, I want you to know something. You don't have to force yourself to pretend that you love me anymore. I was just a wee little kid when I ask you to teach me about love. I had no clue what I was saying. You could stop now. Don't worry. I'll still honor all the promises I made to you.
だからそれは違うって。
Open your eyes first before anything, please. Anything else, please. I'm not socially adept enough to be able to keep composure while talking with somebody who's got their eyes closed. You're not socially adept, period. What are you talking about? I don't think it's because Kana's eyes are closed that you're not socially adept. I think it's because you're you. There's no other explanation. Okay. She's really insistent upon keeping those eyes firmly shut, huh? I feel a smile creeping up on my face. The flame inside me ignites and my competitive spirit comes alive. Oh god, the most annoying part of him. Right, yeah, you know. I'll do whatever it takes to get Kana to open those eyes. Okay, if that's how you're going, if that's how you're gonna be, then I'll have to resort to using force. Excuse me? I put my hands to her head again. On her head again. This time, though, I cut my hands around both sides of her skull.
ユーマさん、何を。
Oh. Right, yeah. Cutting off her confused outburst, I press my forehead against hers. In the same way that you'd check to see if someone has a fever.
これ、今何してるんですか。
You'll know if you open your eyes. If you keep your eyes closed, I might just have to go a step further.
意地悪ですよ。
She opens her eyes very gingerly. Her gaze catches mine mere inches in front of her face. Letting out a strange yelp, she crashes backwards out of her seat and fucking destroys everything in the dining room. Excuse me? Crashes. The word crashes is very literal in this situation. You alright? Run over to where she'd fallen, but she's nowhere to be seen. She'd crawled under the table to hide herself. Although she's still in plain sight, she almost seems to think I can't see her if she can't see me. She's clenching her head and shaking wildly. Hey, Kana. She jumps in astonishment, smashing her head on the underside of the table in the process. Yeesh. Jesus. I stoop down and peer at the cowering Kana under the table. I've told you this a million times now. You don't have to keep putting on this charade. You don't have to try and fall in love with me anymore. You can forget that part of the promise. Yuma, what part of this is a charade? Did you forget that this is completely different to how Kana used to act? Or did you forget to write that part down in your diary every day? Every night? I just want to talk a little about the past and our future. But if you're not feeling up to it right now, we can put it off till another day. I'll be in my room. Thanks for the food. I'll eat it back in my room. Huh? She grips my arm tightly, her eyes glued to the floor in embarrassment. Sorry, could you repeat that? Damn, not even love? That's crazy. Like I said, you don't have to. She frantically shakes her head from side to side, still keeping her hold on my arm. I don't know, he doesn't understand women. Yeah, I don't know, but I know, Kana, Yuma just doesn't seem to get that. But if not that, then why? Listen, guys, I think I've found a protagonist denser than the MC of Infinite Stratos. All right, that guy was denser than a black hole. This guy is denser than a super black hole. She paws at my face with both hands in annoyance. I have no clue what I meant to say in response to that. All I can do is listen to her voice, which sounds so distant.
私のお母さんを助けてくれる不思議な力を持った魔法使いさん。子供心に単純にすごいって、それが分かったんです。ユマさんが私を探しに来てくれた夜に、その日までの私はあなたのことが本当に好きだったわけじゃないんだって。でもあの2日前の夜、ユマさんが私のために泣いてくれた。私のそばにずっといてくれると約束してくれた。その夜はどうしてだか眠れなかった。これまではどんなに不安でも寂しくても悲しくても、あなたのことを思えば穏やかに眠ることができたのに。それなのに、これはおかしいって思った。自分の気持ちを一晩かけていろいろと考えてみた。そして私、思ったんです。ただの憧れが、もしかしたら好きかもしれないの思い込みが、たった一晩で大好きに変わってしまったんだって。
Your admiration changed into a true, genuine love for me? She nods.
私も自分の気持ちがすぐにはよくわからなかったけど、だけど今はわかります。私はユーマさんが大好きです。カナが死んだら俺が悲しい。ずっとそばにいるから。そういった、もしかしたら単純かもしれない言葉の一つ一つが、私にはとても嬉しかったんです。温かかった。心の冷たい部分が溶けていくように思えました。
Look, I'm fine with Kana at first not really understanding why she's feeling this way with you toward Yuma, right? Because I get it. She's never felt she's never felt love before, as in between a man and a woman, other than a parent and a child, right? Yuma, on the other hand, immediately chooses the worst case scenario and immediately jumps to the conclusion that she must hate me, that's why she's avoiding me, instead of thinking. That's the main issue I have with it.
私はユーマさんが大好きだ。それが分かったら安心して、なんだかとても幸せな気持ちになって、夜は眠れるようになったけど、だけど代わりにあなたの顔をまともに見ることができなくなった。おかしいですよね。たった一晩で憧れから大好きになるなんて。私の気持ちは軽いってそう思われるかもしれません。でもだけど私にとっては本当の気持ちなんです。嘘なんかついていない。軽いなんて思ってほしくない。
Please, Kana continues, her grip on my arm strengthening.
ユマさん、お願いします。私の大好きをどうか分かって。
I'm frozen solid, unable to budge an inch. It takes a lot of effort to force open my mouth and speak. It takes all my effort. A lot. Sure, whatever. Kana.
はい。
When you first started flirting with me, I was quite frankly pretty baffled. I couldn't for the life of me understand what this promise was you were going on about, or why you were trying to get closer to me. That's why I was so wary of you all the time. When I realized that it all was a result of that supposed promise that we made, I kind of understood. Even though I still thought it was odd, it made me feel a little disappointed though. It also made me feel a little disappointed though. Right. This is not good. Carter's declaration of love has completely floored me. I'm struggling so much to find the right words to say. As a result, my sentences become jumbled and awkward. And it doesn't help that I'm reading them. It's really hitting me, like, just how lonely I felt over these past 2 days when you were avoiding me. Yeah, no, I wonder why Yuma feels so baffled by the fact that Kana does not, in fact, hate him, but the complete opposite. Maybe if he didn't jump to the worst case scenario, he wouldn't feel as flabbergasted. But now I feel a lot better. I feel relieved.
安心ですか?
Yeah. Because you don't hurt my guts, and I didn't do or say anything to hurt your feelings. That's a big load off my back. But the thing is, I'd be fine with just knowing those two things. I would, but even so, you said that you love me.
はい。
She nods and smiles bashfully. I just feel so relieved and so ridiculously happy right now. You don't really know what else. I don't really know what else to say. Thank you for clearing my mind of all these worries and doubts, Kana. I'm very grateful. It's unbelievable how one simple confession could make my heart feel so reassured. I would never have imagined it.
ユマさん。
He holds on to my arm, her gaze still cast to the floor. Kana?
こちらこそありがとうございます。ユマさん。なんだか私、今日はたくさん勇気を出せそうです。
Huh? Like what? I wanted to ask, but my words are preemptively cut off. Yeah, like you were cutting her off the entire time. By a sudden kiss. Oh, never mind. Not like how he was cutting her off. I see Kana's face right in front of me, her eyes squeezed shut. Her awkward kiss was over in the blink of an eye.
大丈夫ですか? 私の顔変じゃないですか? 見るに耐えないくらい真っ赤っかになっていたりはしていませんか?
It was fine. Your face was fine. I hold my tongue before I can continue and say, actually, it was pretty cute. It's much too soon for that. In addition, I just don't have the courage to tell her that I really what I really think. Namely, that seeing her face turn red was just so adorable beyond words.
ですね。ずっと昔から私はユーマさんとこうしたいと思っていたような気がします。
She brings her lips to mine once more. Those lightly trembling lips of hers are so soft. It's kind of funny, you know.
はい。
We're hiding under the table like a pair of little kids.
そうですね。おかしいですね。
Yeah, let's just hope that Suzu doesn't walk in on us. Them. She giggles a bit. Gee, I wonder what would happen if someone saw us like this. What do you think they would... What do you think they'd say? So who's it gonna be? Huh? We each jump in astonishment, smashing our heads on the underside of the table in the process. There was a noise. It sounded as if someone was entering the dining room. But what it turned out to be was...
ああ、テーブルに置いてあったお塩の小瓶が床に転がっただけみたいです。
Oh, it was just a fake out. That's all it was? Phew, I was really scared there for a moment.
はい、驚きました。
Yeah, but if there's a fake out, you know that there's got to be a real one soon, right? That's how it is. That's how it goes. Honestly, you see, their guard's up, right? You get the fake out hit. They drop their guard, and then someone shows up, right? That's how it works. The two of us giggle under the table together. It feels almost like I've reverted back to being a kid again. An amicable silence follows before Kana claps her hands together, as if she's just recalled something.
お昼ご飯食べますか？
Oh, right, sure. The two of us clumsily crawl out from under the table.
はい、してください。
Damn, I guess there's no second fake out. But what are you doing? I can eat by myself just fine.
いいじゃないですか。一度やってみたかったんですもん。
Yeah, now that they're actually dating, it makes sense.
もしかして照れてます？
A little.
そうですよね。実は私もちょっと照れくさいです。
She flashes a smile. It's not quite to the level of before, but her cheeks also do still flush a little bit. It was a perfectly normal smile, natural smile. Perhaps it's just my imagination, or maybe I'm overthinking things. But I feel like this is the first time I've ever seen her smile so genuinely. So good. Right now, the food that she fed me tastes like the most delicious thing I've ever eaten in my life. That's probably because there's no detergent in it. Finally. We've finally passed the pre-confession phase. Later that night, and it only took a death and an almost death from the main love interest of the route. I, Minami Kana, am currently standing on the lighthouse balcony. Uh-oh. I softly touch my lips. I can't help but break out into a smile when I recall what happened earlier today.
どうしよう。ユマさんとキスしてしまいました。
The memory of it has me grinning from ear to ear.
キス。本当にユマさんとチューしちゃったんだ。私。
It feels like a dream of mine that I've held onto for years upon years, since long before I was born here, has finally today come true. I felt so bashful, but so happy. Countless foreign emotions begin to spring up inside me, one after another. I seem to have lost my sanity. I'm suddenly overcome with this overwhelming urge to yell out, "I love you, Yuma," far over the ocean and up toward the moon, but I reined that desire in. Instead, I just giggle again. I'm being a little creepy right now, I fully admit. Dreams really do come true. So long as you hold onto them tight and cherish them, so long as you never lose hope. That's what my beloved had said to me. And it doesn't have to wait, no matter what your dream is. You can make it come true as soon as you so desire it. As soon as you so desire. Perhaps I'm letting myself exaggerate a bit, but I truly do believe that. Once again, I smile. That's why. I swear to myself that I will never again think of jumping from this lighthouse. Let me just get up onto the balcony railing and say that I will never jump off this lighthouse at the top of my lungs.
ユマさん、私はもう投げやりになんかならないよ。
My remaining time here is running thin. So I want to make these final moments, these final memories, some of the happiest and most joyful of my life, just like today. That goal is what keeps me going. It's what convinces me that my life is worth living. I gaze up at the night sky. The moon. This world's moon is so beautiful, unlike the moon of the world I came from. Its soft glow makes me feel as though it's watching over me tenderly, day after day, making sure that all my dreams come true.
だからお願いね、お月様。そこからもう少しだけ私のことを見ていてね。
When I close my eyes, I can hear a ticking sound. Tickling. Oh, never mind. It's like a clock counting down my remaining time. It ticks and ticks, in the darkness, inching closer and closer to the end. My time is running out. But I have to make it count. What little I have left. Khan and I are making the short trip back to the dorms after finishing up with some shopping for dinner.
ユマさん。
Yeah? What's up?
今の私たちの関係って何なんでしょう。
Oh, we're just friends. Oh. The question half catches me off guard. Our relationship?
はい、そう
Well, I become acutely conscious of her hand, which I've been holding ever since we left the dorm. Is this gonna turn into some philosophical conversation about the nature of human relationships?
何ですかそれ。微妙に話をはぐらかされているような気がします。
Look, I'm more impressed by the fact that I said that entire sentence without stuttering once. She purses her lips and scowls at me.
私、あれから一晩考えたんです。
Oh?
私はユウマさんのことが大好きだって言っちゃいましたけど、でもよくよく考えてみたら、私まだその返事をもらっていませんから。
That is true.
だから私たちの今の関係って何なんだろうってそう思ったんです。
Did I not tell you?
そうなんですよ。私はまだあなたから好きの一言も聞かされていません。それなのにあんなこと。
See, I can attest to that because I never said I love you, Kana. Did?
キスです。チューですよ。ユマさんとチューです。
Smooched. The word selection was just so adorable that I break into a subtle smile.
ユマさんの気持ちを確かめてもいないのに、それなのにあんな一方的に。
Right.
私の好きに何のお返事ももらっていないのに、私ばっかり勇気を出すのはずるいってそう思ったりもするっていうか。
Yeah, it doesn't help that he kind of forced you to say it too. Her voice gradually gets softer and softer.
どうしてそこで黙っちゃうんですか？
Her eyes begin to water as she stares at me with worry.
私のこと嫌いですか？
No, of course not. I could never.
それならお願いします。一言でいいんです。ユマさんの口から好きだって聞かせてください。
Come on, don't cry. Then say something, fuckhead.
泣いてなんかいません。
Right. Kinda doesn't cry. But I'm sorry. Could you be patient with me for a little bit? I might need some time until I'm ready to say those words. Don't. Oh my god, I swear to god if they pull off a Satoru. You better not.
どういうことですか？もう少しだけ。
What do you mean by that, Yuma? You're really, really brave, Kana. But I'm still too embarrassed. Her face gets all hot and it's just like how you were yesterday. Now I'm the one who's having trouble looking at your face. You're just something else. Despite feeling the way you were able to pluck up the courage to confess at a moment's notice. After I basically forced you to say that. I can still feel the sensation of yesterday's kiss lingering on my lips. Man, I just can't do it. I feel so dumb and immature, but it's true. Even just holding hands with you like we are now gets me so embarrassed I want to die. I don't want to let go. Let go though. And I don't want her to let go either. It makes no sense. My chest is filled with these contradictory feelings. That's why I'd appreciate a bit of patience. Give me some time to muster together the courage to say it. Kana just be like, no, say it. You forced me to say it, so I'm forcing you to say it. Is that a no? Well, I can hardly fault you for being upset.
いいえ、わかりました。
You know, Yuma, you're really bad at assuming, aren't you? Maybe you should stop doing that.
でも、できるだけ早くにお願いします。じゃないと私、いろいろと我慢できなくなってしまいますから。
Got it. I nod. Out of curiosity, though, what did you mean by that last comment?
夜にユーマさんを襲いに管理人室へ行きます。
What?
抵抗したら噛みます。
What if he's into it? That sure doesn't sound like a fun time. I tighten my grip on her hand as I smile awkwardly. I'm sorry, Kana. This is all I'm capable of doing at the moment. Itch. Upon returning to the manager's office, I find a letter from one of the parallel worlds stuffed inside the cabinet. Don't be the merchant town. Fucking drawer 8. I don't want to go back there. Everything, bad things happen when I go there. The merchant town. I wonder what happened this time. It's nothing good, according to how every other time's gone to shit. The rite of departure. It hadn't been long since then. It gives me pause, but I look and soon find it to be a summer festival. After opening up the letter, I read what's written there. Tomorrow, we're having a summer festival in cute round letters. Oh. Why does it? Why, man? Fucking, it's fucking Ren's writing. I wonder if this is Ren's handwriting. All of the letters we've received prior from the merchant town had been written by Haku on behalf of the townspeople. I guess she's doing this in her mother's stead. What a good girl. I'm sure a child like her would have no problem assuming all of her mother's duties, aside from divination, of course, since she lacks the natural talent for it. She's extremely strong-willed, without a shadow of a doubt. Huh? I suddenly hear a knock at the door. I walk over and open it. Oh, is it the time for you to force? Is it the time for Kana to force Yuma down? Force herself on him? I find Kana standing there.
お風呂の脱衣所にユマさんの洗濯物が残っていたのでお届けに参りました。
Oh, never mind. It's more normal. Oh, right. Thanks. I take the article of clothing from her. They're my boxer shorts. Of course they are. Couldn't be a normal article of clothing. It had to be undies.
大丈夫ですよ、ユマさん。もう匂いを嗅いだり、頭からかぶってみたりなんてしてませんから。
Okay, I was not expecting you to do the latter. What do you gain from doing that?
だから安心してくださいね。
See, this is the Kana we're all used to. Wearing Yuma's underwear on her head. Yeah. She juts out her chest, proud of her achievement. you want my boxes on your head at some point in time? Wow, I didn't know about that. Well, I feel like you mentioned the whole sniffing thing at some point, though.
あれ、そうでしたっけ?
Look, even if you didn't, even if Kana didn't, we all know she definitely would have. Her eyes flit around. Well, whatever. Anyhow. Hey, Kana.
なんでしょう?
Are you free tomorrow?
明日ですか? 特に何もありませんよ。寮のお掃除頑張るだけです。
You don't need to save up any more, you know.
いざという時のための貯蓄は必要だと思いますので。それにこれまでのような事情はなくても、これはもう私の日々の日課になっていますから。
Well, okay.
それで、明日は何かあるんですか?
Yeah, Kana. So you know how anytime you decide to go to the merchant town, right? You know how it never turns out well at the end? Yeah, how about we go back to the merchant town, right? You know, what are your thoughts? Don't worry. This time it's just going to be a summer festival and nothing bad will happen. Oh, right. I just got a letter from Ren. Apparently they're holding a summer festival in the merchant town tomorrow. I suddenly pause. Maybe I shouldn't have made mention of that to Kana. After all, it could remind her of her mum, and I know that's a delicate subject for her. If Kana comes with me to the merchant town, we're bound to bump into Ren. There's simply no avoiding it. That was beyond careless of me. Even if she seems to be doing much better, I'll need to be considerate of her. I wish I'd keep my mouth shut. I'm sorry. I forget I said anything.
どういうことですか?
Well, I was thinking of inviting you to the summer festival, but, well, I realized that probably wasn't a good idea.
大丈夫ですよ。私はもうレンちゃんと自分を比べたりはしません。だから平気なんです。私のこと心配してくれていたんですよね、ユマさん。
She read my thoughts like a book. I scratched my head bashfully. Well, would you like to go to the summer festival then?
Hi!
Kana smiles and tells me she's looking forward to it. And let's hope that nothing goes to shit this time. It's evening on the following day. Kana and I stand in the dorm's basement. She's clad in the same kimono she was wearing during our first encounter. I'm sorry. I should have brought you a new yukata to wear. Yuma, at least be consistent. Kimonos and yukata are different, alright? Very different, in fact. It does say kimono.
そんな、ありがとうございます。その気持ちだけで、とても嬉しいって思います。昨日の今日で急だったんです。仕方ありませんよ。それに、この和服がちゃんと着れるようになっていて、よかったです。
Like, did the localization team not realize that yukata and kimono are not interchangeable words? True. The blood from a nosebleed is nowhere to be seen.
夏目さんに感謝しないといけませんよね。私の代わりにこの服をきれいに洗っておいてくれたみたいなんです。
It really is interchangeable, isn't it? Bro, it's a fucking yukata.
正直な話、私はこの服のこと、昨日まで忘れてしまっていたんですけど。
You know what? Just don't worry about it. Suzu can do laundry. And not only that, laundry for someone besides herself. What's the world coming to? That's just weirder than weird. Part of me even wants to question Kana's certainty on this.
確か夏目さんがおっしゃるには。
Kana puts a finger to her chin pensively.
ユマさん専用に買っておいたけど、それを試す機会がなかなか訪れないいろいろな衣装をクリーニングするついでに、この服もきれいにしてくれていたみたいです。
Just stop saying it. You know what? Maybe I should just blank out any time they say yukata or kimono. The special outfits for me. What?
以前にも夏目さんが言っていた例のユマさんの変装用コスプレ衣装だと思います。私のメイド服も本来はそのためのものだって聞いていましたし。
Come to think of it, I do remember this conversation with Suzu. What is she trying to make me do? I swear it's a complete mystery. And I hope for my sake that it never gets solved.
単純にユーマにいたずらをするのが楽しいんだろ。
Yeah, the mystery is finding out if the localizers know if there's a difference between a kimono and a yukata. You may enjoy it, but I certainly don't, I reply internally.
夏目さんにはお礼に何かお土産を買って帰ろうって思います。屋台で売ってるものとかで美味しそうなものがあったらいいんですけど。
Sure. Let's pick up some stuff for everyone.
はい。でも、お土産を買って帰ったら、どうして二人だけで行くのかって怒られてしまいそうです。皆さんに黙って遊びに行くのは少し気が引けちゃいます。
Well, it's not too late to invite them. I'll just go and... She grabs onto the cuff of my sleeve. Kana?
やだ。
Huh?
今日は二人だけで遊びに行きたいです。
You know, like a date. Huh?
それでなくても、最近は私ばかりユマさんを独占してしまっているかもしれませんが、でもお願いです。今日だけは二人で。ごめんなさい。嫌な子かもしれませんが、わがままかもしれませんが、そうしてもらいたいです。
Pretty please, she asks. Sure. I nod to reassure her. Ready to get going?
はい、行きましょう。
I set the second hand of the clock, and we open the door and step foot into the merchant town. Apparently, the main event of the festival is going to be a fireworks show later. I forgot how many it is exactly, but they're supposed to be setting hundreds off.
そうなんですか。華やかでいいですね。楽しみです。
She beams with joy. Fireworks at a summer festival. I was worried that it might be too reminiscent of that day with her mother during her childhood, but that smile dispels all of my worries. It's still a bit later, so what do you say we kill time until then by looking around all the different stalls they have?
そうですね。
If I had a nickel for every time I saw a piece of media where a daughter was yelling at the top of her lungs because she got lost trying to find her mum, and the sound of her yelling was muffled by the fireworks, I'd have 2 nickels. It's a lot, but it's I need to stop doing that. It happened in Reality Quest, all right? And in that series, the girl it happened to got traumatized by it and grew a fear of loud noises. So, you know, vastly different experiences, I'd say. One person developed a fear from it and was traumatized by it, and the other one almost died. So neither one was good. I mean, she didn't die from the fireworks, but still. Where do you want to start?
どうしましょうか。
She looks around in all directions. The main street is alive with bright, vivid colors, and plenty of people who seem to be having a great time.
まずは美味しいものをお腹いっぱい食べたいです。
Alright, let's eat and eat till we can't eat no more. I take Hana's hand, and we begin to walk down the lane and peruse all the various stalls. Shaved ice, takoyaki, fried squid, cotton candy, yakisoba. After having our fill of all the summer festival staples, but I didn't see candied apples. Damn, that's crazy. We decide to make one final lap along the main street to recheck all the stalls.
はあ、お兄ちゃんにお姉ちゃん。
Suddenly, however, we hear a familiar voice. Looking over, we spot Ren manning a goldfish scooping stall. Hey there, Ren. Hard at work?
お隣の家のおじさんが金魚すくいの屋台を出すんだって言ってたんだけど、でも急に腰が痛くなっちゃったから店番だけでいいから代わってほしいって言われたの。
Ah, okay.
一人で大変じゃないですか？大丈夫だよ。
She shakes her tiny head back and forth.
あっちのみんなが手伝ってくれるから平気だよ。
That's nice of them.
お兄ちゃんとお姉ちゃん、金魚すくいやってく？
Wanna give it a go, Kana?
はい、面白そうです。やってみたいです。
Alright then. We'll take one round each, Ren. She nods gleefully before handing us each a paper scoop to catch the goldfish with. Seems pretty much the same as the goldfish scooping we have in our world. I remarked to myself musingly as I studied the scoop. Just like in our world, it's a plastic ring with paper stretched over it. I was expecting it to at least be a tad bit different in some sense. The numerous goldfish splish and splash as they swim around inside the tank.
ユマさん、この金魚、ちょっと変です。
Thank God, I was worried that I wouldn't have a CG for this episode. That's odd. That's odd about them. What's odd about them?
聞こえませんか？何か喋ってます。
Say what? Goldfish? Speaking? I prick up my ears and listen. I keep my eyes focused on the small orange fish swimming around. What the heck? The fish were indeed yelling something as loud as their teensy mouths seemed capable of. They beg for their lives. They plead to Kana, Ren, and me in human tongue. Please let us out of here, they say. Rescue us and take us home with you. What I initially thought to be the sound of them splashing was actually their tiny, barely audible cries for help.
これが本当の金魚すくいだよね、お兄ちゃん。ほら、どの子もみんな目が血走ってるよ。助けてあげなくちゃ。
Except that these goldfish are intelligent enough to speak. Only slightly different than in Earth, on Earth, you know. I think I'm gonna vomit. And any enthusiasm I once had is now gone.
ねえ、お姉ちゃん。はい、なんでしょうか、レンちゃん。私も金魚すくいやろうと思うの。だから勝負しよ。あ、いいですね。そういうの燃えちゃいますね。それじゃあお兄ちゃんをかけて頑張ろう。
Ren, I think you've already lost that bet. They tilt their heads and share confused glances.
どういうことですか？
As in, who will be Yuma's wife?
私、お兄ちゃんのお嫁さんになるって決めてるんだよ。
I don't know why you got a shocked expression, Kana. She told you this before.
あれって冗談じゃなかったんですか？
Oh, nah, I don't think Ren is the kind of person who would joke about that.
違うよ。冗談なんかじゃないよ。お兄ちゃんと結婚するの、私。そうしたらきっとお母さんも喜んでくれるって思うし。お母さんが？そうだよ。だからお兄ちゃんは渡さないんだよ、お姉ちゃん。
She laughs. Ren appears to be much cheerier now, or at the very least, she's accepted that she'll have to stand on her own 2 feet. No, of course she's not cheery after everything that happened. She simply decided to smile and be strong. Anyhow, back to the situation at hand. I'm the prize.
お兄ちゃんも参加したらいいと思うよ。
Against you two?
お兄ちゃんが勝ったらどっちと結婚するのかお兄ちゃんが選んで。
Interesting.
何がなるほどなんですか？
Okay, well, here's the thing, right? I can't say no to Ren, okay? Especially after all she's gone through. Huh? I never said.
やっぱりユマさんは小さな子大好きな人なんですか？
They're full of hopes and dreams.
意味がわかりませんけど。
Yeah, they'll be full of something else after Yuma's done with. No mind it.
私もう一匹すくったよ、お兄ちゃん。ずるいです。それってフライングですよ。
This isn't the sort of game which needs a fixed time limit.
ユーマさん、見てください、やりました。小さいですが、私も一匹すくいました。
Oh wow, that's cool.
はい、この子には名前をつけて可愛がろうと思います。
The two of them continue to scoop goldfish. You two are seriously good at this. I'm surprised at how well Kana is managing to scoop up those fish. Alright, let me get in on this fun. You can't just stand here doing nothing because I'm the prize. I dip my scoop into the water and then the paper dissolves and the fish eat the paper. However, it tears within a split second. I'm unable to catch even a single fish. Why?
バキッチョだな。私も破れてしまいました。全部で5匹かな。
Wow, I seriously lost to you. I've never felt more ashamed of myself.
どうしてそんな微妙な顔するんですか、ユマさん。
You're supposed to be the one. You're supposed to be the one who's the klutz. Yet I lost to you. I lost to you. Do you understand how that feels?
ひどいのはどっちですか。私も破れちゃった。何匹かな。
She then begins to count the fish she scooped. The bowl in her hand is teeming with goldfish. I feel bad for the goldfish. That's a tiny bowl, though. Even though the winner is clear, Ren continues to count her fish carefully one by one until...
花火。
The first fireworks then explodes brightly in the night sky.
勝負はまた今度でいいよ、お姉ちゃん。え、本当？うん、花火が始まったら夜店は全部閉めちゃうのが決まりなの。だからすぐ片付けないと。
Want some help?
一人でできるよ。
With that, Ren begins to promptly close up the stall.
あのね、この大通りの先が花火、よく見えるよ。
Oh, really?
急いだ方がいいよ。たくさん集まるから場所取り大変だと思うよ。お姉ちゃん、勝負はまた今度だね。はい、今度こそ負けませんから。
Fireworks continue to light up the night sky one after another. We leave the goldfish scooping stand behind us.
ユマさん、レンちゃんが教えてくれた場所に行きましょう。花火、とっても綺麗です。
Yeah, let's hurry.